Welcome back to the IC Pixels podcast. This is Anthony.
And this is David.
Um, so this week we are back. I guess we can't really say we're late this week.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So maybe we should just record later this week so it can be late.
It's becoming a trend, but not necessarily a good one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Speaking of being late, so like a lot of times when I'm emailing people back, I have to start with sorry for the delay, but blah 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 blah. So I've done that a lot of times. I feel bad every time I do it, but sometimes there's just like really stuff going on. So yeah,
I've done that and there don't really be nothing going on. I just don't really feel like responding at the moment.
well yeah. Sometimes I just don't want to
And then it'd
respond.
be days later, and I'm like, sorry for the delay. This blah blah. It's like it wasn't really. It really wasn't that serious.
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to respond, and then sometimes I'm really like, there was something good on Netflix, or it wasn't nothing serious, but it was just like I'm not trying to
Yeah.
deal with this right now. So wait.
Yeah, because I had a potential project, and I ain't heard back from her. Did I definitely hit her with the sorry blah blah blah? But I don't know what's going on. But it's not a good habit. So
Yeah, I've probably lost one or two, like people that have inquired about something, and then like I was busy, or I was like, so I think, well, it's all about procrastination because I think a lot of times I'll get an email or whatever, and I'm in the middle of doing something, I'm watching a YouTube video, or I'm working on something, or I am in the car or whatever, and I'll say, yeah, I'll just reply to that later, and then later becomes 2 weeks
Never.
from now.
yeah, yeah.
But I think that is, I don't know. I'm sure there's an app or something that would solve this problem for me. But like right now, like if somebody texts me, because earlier today someone texted me about changing something. I should probably write this down right now. Changing something on something I was designing for them. I completely would forget about that unless I happen to look back at my phone before I go to sleep, which I probably will, but I might not look at my text because it's already marked as read. So that could easily fall through the cracks unless I get that task out of my text messages and somewhere else into something else.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I tell people to send me an email or something like that because at least that's the way it's in one place. It's not like DMs and texts and Skypes and it's like I can't.
Yeah.
keep
Yeah,
up
because
with all that.
I've gotten hit up on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, and if I know, like if I go check Instagram or something like that, that could potentially turn in 30 minutes of just looking at pictures instead of just reading the message and doing whatever I need to do. So sometimes I purposely just kind of shut all that stuff off and just work email, Photoshop, or email and whatever I'm working on. And yeah, that means I forget about stuff. It's usually in text messages where I'm like, sorry for the delay.
Oh, that's really bad in a text message. Just like, man, you saw that.
Yeah, this was in your phone.
This is in your phone. Yeah, email you maybe kind of, which is also in your phone, but you may be able to kind of.
Well, it's not like I don't reply.
Finesse it.
It's like you text me like, "Hey, what you doing? What WYD?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll hit you back tomorrow. As soon as I get home, I'll check my computer and find that file for you."
Yeah.
When I get home, obviously I don't do any of those things. And then you hit me back, "Yo, no reply." And I'm like, "Oh, my bad. Sorry for the delay." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it can be frustrating, but I've definitely found myself on the other end of that, and it's like, man, I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
Or just like, oh, I saw this person send me a message, but if I look at it, then they'll know I looked at it. So let me just not look at it. But I don't know.
Yeah, text message is
can
hard
be
to
annoying.
ignore.
You gotta do better with just.
Well,
don't
I
know.
definitely I have used a couple times oh, my phone is acting funny. Your message just came through. And I'm like, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, that's a lie.
That never happens.
My phone be working
I never-
perfectly.
I was going through a tunnel for like 2 weeks. I was overseas.
Yeah, but yeah, Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not gonna put out all my excuses that I use right now on the podcast. We could talk about that later.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some excuses I use because it's like sometimes it can be tough to keep up with all this going on, and then sometimes it's just like I don't want to deal with you right now, but I don't always take the time to take the like write down the task or move it to somewhere else where I can track it, like out of my
Yeah.
DM, out of my text messages, out of my Facebook messages, because I don't know. It's just annoying when like I don't even go on Facebook. Why are you messaging me here? Because it's
Oh yeah, no, because somebody asked me to do something not too long ago, and then I was like, all right, well, send me an email about it. I never heard from. I don't know what happened with it. Maybe they didn't need it, but it was just like, don't send me messages through Facebook because I'm not installing that app on my phone, so I get it. So like, don't.
yeah.
I mean, I have Facebook, but I don't want to install the Messenger app.
No,
Like, I don't need that.
I think I have it because when I was in California, somebody was trying to hit me up through Messenger, and I was like, well, I guess I need it. And then, um, yeah, I haven't opened it since then. But Facebook be thirsty, like, hey, check out this message that someone sent you.
Yeah, it's like every time you go in there and turn off some of your notifications, they update stuff. So now it's new notifications. Like now it's like all this stuff about uh, like, like oh somebody added to their story, and it's like I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't send me a notification about that.
They
I
send me
know I haven't.
notifications about people I don't really interact with that much either. It's like random people I
Yeah,
don't honestly care that they added to it. Like some people, no, I honestly wouldn't care because they sent me a message today about one of our cousins that added something to her story or whatever. I didn't look at it because there's it's been at least like maybe one time when I was like bored and I looked and it was the same thing they had put on Instagram. So I was like, I already saw that. I'm good.
yeah. I don't need to. I don't need that many updates from you
Nope.
in life.
But I think
Um,
I've noticed Twitter kind of does some similar stuff too.
Yeah, I notice my phone. I mean,
Well,
my
it's on my
phone
phone.
will.
It'll be like,
If I keep
"Hey,
on like ignoring stuff on
this
my
person
phone,
tweeted."
it'll ask me like, "Do you just want to stop seeing these?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Oh, I need to
If
do
I
that.
ignore something a lot, then it'll actually prompt me like, "Can you want to just ignore these in the future?"
I should do that because Facebook, the little messages, it'll say useful, not useful. I should have put not useful, but I just
Yeah.
dismissed it. But anyway, enough about social media. Well, in summary, uh, yeah, like so a long time ago we did an episode about social media and how we were going to try and use it better. Turns out we lied. So sorry for the delay.
Sorry for the delay. Just we've been going through a tunnel
I did
of life.
post something on IG. I think this weekend I actually did. It was wild. It was the first time in like a long time because I looked and I was like, wow, it's been like weeks since I posted. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've been caught up actually doing work. Didn't have time to take pictures of the things I was doing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I got to work on being consistent, even on like my artist page, because I was for a while, but I haven't been recently.
Do you
Like I kind
do
of
you use like a Buffer or Hootsuite or something like that?
no, I probably should.
I've used them
Well, the
in the
thing with the
past.
artist page is that I think I probably thought about it too hard because I was like really like, oh, I don't want to put this here, and then I don't know. I'm just thinking about it really hard after I like ran through posting a lot of the paintings I've already done,
Mhm.
and like I was starting to run out of stuff, and I haven't done enough new stuff. I mean, I still have paintings I could post, but I was thinking about it too hard and like trying to curate it and just that can stifle your
Doing anything.
um yeah. It's like, oh, when am I ready? No, it doesn't fit with this set, so let me wait, and I don't know.
Well, yeah. So like, this is becoming a social media episode, but uh, on my personal Instagram, I started this thing like it's a pattern. My pictures are in a pattern on purpose, and it can get annoying sometimes because sometimes I'm like, man, I have this fire picture of whatever that I really want to post, but I can't because it's gonna screw up the pattern. So I gotta wait until I post another picture of something else to keep the pattern going, and then I can go back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's how it is for me. Oh, I'm looking at yours now. Oh, you got
Yeah. So there's a pattern. It's not.
your your serving looks all the way to the right there.
But yeah, it. I think it's cool because I have to plan ahead sometimes.
Yeah, I think I may need to loosen mine up because it's just been straight up just paintings. But I was thinking about doing it with just finished paintings, but like at some point I'm going to run out. But if I mixed in, working on a painting, actual painting, working on a painting, then I could space it out.
Hmm. Well, I was
Of
thinking,
course,
I mean,
then I need
like
to actually work on
for
painting.
the artwork
But
stuff, you could definitely do like detail shot, full shot, or like do those things where people do like it's like it takes up like I guess 9 pictures and they're all like corners of the
oh
picture of
yeah,
the painting.
I don't have that much
Yeah, that's
to
more
make
work.
that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but I've been trying to put more
But
effort into it because I can see how it would actually make people impressed with your work and stuff like that. Like I feel like if I'm gonna come out here and say I'm an artist or I'm a designer, my feed should look kind of better. It shouldn't just be a bunch of random stuff. On my personal,
yeah,
that's different. But excuse me, on if I say I'm a designer or whatever, I needs to look good. And so I saw this one lady. I don't remember her name. I'd have to Google her or something. But anyway, she had like she would go through different color schemes. So like 9 pictures would all have like maybe a pink hue to them, and she'd hit you with
yeah,
like generics. A lot of it looked like it could have been stock photos, but it was cool because it all kind of had a theme together. Like so, she might stay on a theme for like 9 pictures or 18 pictures or something. I don't know, but it would be like pictures of a cup of coffee or something, or somebody's website, or like a quote, or a picture of her. But they'd all have like this pink hue, or yellow hue, or orange hue, or whatever. And then at some point, the hue would change, and then it's just a bunch of pictures with a different hue. I thought it was pretty cool. Um,
yeah.
I'm not about that life. Like apparently, like if you follow us, Alien Muffin, on Instagram, we barely post at all. But that's something I would like to do because it definitely makes you seem more professional and important and all that type of stuff.
It's just more
Yeah,
interesting than just
yeah, because it's like how are they going to
yeah.
continue this theme and what color are they going to go to next and that type of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what I ran into because I was trying to fit certain paintings together, and then I was like, "Oh crap! Wait, am I out of these paintings, or am I out of paintings that I actually?" Because okay, so what was happening? I feel like is like I was running out of more recent
Hmm.
stuff. So it's like in order to keep on posting like consistently, I was gonna have to start digging in the crates, and like some of that, I don't really want to post. It's not really, I can't post all the good stuff, and then
Throw in some
really, I
crap.
think it was part of it's like I had posted like more recent stuff
Hmm.
early, and then like so now, but like it's gonna look like I
Yeah,
regressed.
he started falling off.
Yeah, and that's just weird. So I don't know. I have to find a way to do it that makes sense. That I can be consistent, but not
I
had to
know.
dig back too
I have
far.
to look at my laptop, but I definitely have. I have some video you could probably use on there from your show a while back, and I
Uh,
have some pictures. But yeah, we can talk about that after. Um, so yeah, that I don't. I'm not gonna say that's a goal, but that's something we should definitely try and do, but we don't always do it. So yeah, there's that.
yeah. Um.
But yeah, did you actually have a topic to talk about this week on the IC Pixels podcast?
I mean, I was thinking about just complaining about working with people, but I don't know. I guess there are a couple of complaints with that working with people because of because of the process that creatives go through. So I don't know. At my job, people like to joke around. It's like, what do you do? Obviously you just walking around. Like, why don't you do
Hmm.
some work? Because I don't know. I'd be getting up and walking around. Because I don't know. It's not like somebody that it's not like somebody to report to that's complaining about it. It's just other people. It does make me kind of like, I don't want to be known as somebody that's just you don't want that kind of,
The stigma.
you know, yeah, they're like, yeah, you just be out here not working. Because, I mean, I work, but, part of my work is in my brain. I'm thinking. So I like to move around
I
and
mean,
think. I don't like to just sit at my
don't you got
desk
a
all the time.
laptop? Are
So,
they opposed to you moving with your laptop?
no. I mean, but why? I don't want to walk around with my
I'm
laptop.
just saying, if you're carrying some, as a person who does like some kind of IT type stuff, if you're carrying some piece of computer equipment, it looks like you're doing something.
It'll look like
Yeah,
I'm doing something.
just like
Yeah,
hold a
probably.
broom.
But then if I have to unplug my laptop, then it messes up my whole screen layout, my whole I'll have my screens displayed, and then like I don't know. I like to get up and walk away from a
Yeah.
screen sometimes. I mean, I'm not like that self-conscious about it. It's just something I thought about. It's like I don't know. It's because it's weird because I work with a lot of people I work with. Their productivity for them looks different than
Mhm.
productivity for me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's a discussion some people were trying to have with our team at work because, like, so I work with a lot of software developers, and a lot of them, well, several of them that I work with, they have they have big monitors where they're doing their coding stuff, and then they'll have their laptop open there with just YouTube on it, watching YouTube videos, and
Oh, yeah, I do that at work.
for I do it too, and for some people, it looks like they're not doing anything. But it's like, whoa, productivity looks different for me. I won't say I need this distraction, but it helps me get things done. So stop tripping.
Yeah, I'm able to work with it. I'm not. It's not. Yeah, if I have it like on the huge screen,
Yeah, then I'm
that's
actually
wild.
watching
But like,
it.
yeah, but like it just off to the side. I'm listening to something or like watching something. It helps with my. I don't know. It's a weird thing because it's hard to explain to
Mhm.
other people. Because I was like, no, it's like I walk around, but when I'm thinking, I walk around. I can think better when I'm walking around,
Well, I think that's like
and so
in terms of, I know we've talked about like creativity and inspiration and stuff like that. And I think a lot of the best ideas I've had were either I was sleeping or I was trying to go to sleep and I had a good idea, or I've never had like rarely had the amazing idea while I was sitting in front of the computer with the mouse in my hand.
no, that doesn't happen.
I'm
I
generally
mean,
doing something else.
I don't know.
I'll go play basketball at work. I'll go outside and sit on the bench and just watch the world go by. Sometimes I'll go sit in my
Yeah.
car. Like I'm always going somewhere and doing something else. I haven't been accused of being a walk around guy, but I don't spend as much time just sitting there to get my task done. Because like
Yeah.
5 minutes
I
away
mean,
from
because
my desk could translate. Like I could leave my desk. Let's say I left my desk for like 10 minutes, went outside, stared at the trees or whatever, and then came back in and spent 1 minute solving the problem versus sitting at my desk for 10 minutes, not doing anything,
yeah.
not figuring it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and when you work with people that are in different pay structures and stuff like that, it's like, well, a lot of people, they look at it as clocking in
Hmm.
and clocking out.
Yeah, if I'm sitting down, I'm
Yeah.
working.
I mean, it's not like that. It's different in that way. And then also it's different in that, my work, yeah, it's,
Hmm.
it's different. Thankfully, I have people that I report to that understand that. It's just so like, I don't want that to become the thing. Like, Anthony's not
Yeah.
working. Like, it's like I need to go. I don't know, but I think the right people understand it. But I'm just a little like, all right, y'all need to chill.
Or just go outside. Like I go outside a lot because no one else is outside except for like the
Well,
smokers.
yeah, I can go outside too, but where? Oh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can talk about that too. But like, we moved into a new office, so I mean, everybody has a window. But yeah, if I go outside, they see that I went outside. I mean, I don't care.
Just go to the
but,
other
like,
side of the building or
I
something.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, I walk out and then I go walk around the building. I mean, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. I'm a little like, well, don't y'all just start putting this out here that I don't be working.
Yeah, yeah. When people
But
started have made comments like that to me, I don't say anything. But it's like, as long as management's still like, "Wow, that's amazing, that's great, I like that," I assume it's not a problem.
yeah, no, yeah, they like what I do, so. But it does lead into another thing that I realized. So we moved into the new office. I was sharing office with somebody. Um, Now I have my own office, and that's nice. There's a huge window there. I can set my own vibe, and all that stuff. They're mostly, you know how it is when you share an office with somebody. Even if somebody you get along with, great. It can be distracting, and people like to talk to each
Mm-hmm.
other if you sit in a room with somebody else. There's different distractions that come up. People coming in to talk to them, or just things happen. And like, I noticed today, I was like, I was trying to think of what I needed to do because it's not like I come into work and I immediately report to somebody and they tell me exactly what I need to do for the day. It's kind of up to me to take some initiative and look around, figure it out. But then I was just sitting there trying to think because somebody did come in. I was like, oh, what are your projects for today? And I was like, crap, did I do all my work last week? Like I kind of finished up a lot of stuff since I had
Mm-hmm.
my own space, which is interesting because I mean, I didn't feel like I wasn't productive, but I did notice myself getting a little more annoyed more recently just because I couldn't like
Mm-hmm.
focus on things. Because one thing or another, it's like, oh, have you seen this? Or, oh, what do you think about this? Oh, we need to work on it. It can be distracting. And then it's like, crap, I just finished all my work. Now what am I supposed to do? I mean, there's there's things to do. It was just interesting to me realizing how my productivity had been affected by, by, distractions, even if they're not necessarily negative. Just the fact that, you know, I didn't have the time to just zone out and get to
Yeah,
it.
but I think so. It kind of goes along with what you're saying about like getting up and walking around. Cause so like in one of my previous jobs, I had a friend that sat like kind of not on the other side of the building, but further away. So in the morning, like when I come in, sometimes I would go talk to him, like around like 11, and then we might go to lunch together, and then in the afternoon around 2 or 3 when I was getting sleepy, then I go talk to him because it was just like a way. It was like a distraction, same thing, and to me, I felt like it helped me. But I don't know. I've never like
Yeah.
shared. Well, have I ever shared an office? No, I never shared an office with nobody.
Oh,
So I mean, I think it's
yeah.
use.
It's
I don't
been a
know. To
while,
me,
but
it's not always bad. I'm sure it could be bad if the person is like, so let me tell you in detail about my weekend, and I need you to pay attention.
yeah. I mean, that's fine and everything. But honestly, I think honestly for me, when I come in the morning, it's like, all right, just not like meanly don't talk to me, but like let me just, I can be productive if I'm able to just go in my office, sit down, and knock out a bunch of the stuff. Because what I do is, I tend to do a lot of the more designy
Mm-hmm.
stuff in the morning, like before people start come talking to me. And then, more of the collaborative like web stuff. That's kind of the stuff that takes up like, like after 10 or
Mm-hmm.
11 in the morning, and I can use my time from like 7:30 to then to like really get not all the design stuff out of the way, that the stuff that doesn't that doesn't take like
Mm-hmm.
concentration for me in that way. It's more creative stuff.
Yeah.
Like we had these core values I had to design into this like, word and picture and whatever format thing. Just, one of those like interesting graphics with like the words, different size fonts, and like some kind of icons and stuff like that all
Mm-hmm.
mixed together in one thing. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like that. But, I mean, I'm sure you have, but I don't know what you call it. But stuff like that doesn't. It takes some thought, but it uses a different part of your brain versus you sitting there trying to like write some code and like, oh, let me do some
Yeah.
HTML and blah blah blah. So I that kind of stuff I'm able to do pretty easily when I'm like halfway awake. That's probably the best time for me to do that kind of stuff. I figure stuff out that way. So I don't know. It's just been interesting that you gotta to curate your environment
Mm-hmm.
if at all possible to be productive. Because I even find it like, okay, I need to sit down. I need to turn something on to listen to and get to it, and I'll be
Yeah.
fine. I'll knock some stuff out. Nice 3 hour long podcast, and I'll be good.
And some podcasts are better for at least for me to listen to because sometimes I'll listen to something and they're talking about things that, and I'm like, I need to look that up and find out what they're talking about, and then I get distracted. So if it's just like, I don't know,
Oh,
sometimes some are good, some end up with me distracted. So it really depends on the podcast.
I don't think I listen to very many
Mm.
like educational podcasts, so that helps.
So I've listened to some educational ones.
What it helps
Yeah, but
that you don't need to
I
look
don't
up
need to look up what they're
anything that
talking
they're
about. I'm
talking
just like,
about.
okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just entertainment. It's not like, like, oh, I learned something here. I mean, I listen to that kind of stuff sometimes too, but I don't know. They're
Mm.
usually not 3 hours long. So,
So, from a, do you feel like the change in time, like so daylight savings time or whatever it is, just happened? So nights are longer, days are colder. Um, do you think that affects the way you design it all?
um,
Well, I mean, of course, aside from like the fact that holiday season. So I'm actually, as soon as we finish recording this, I got to
it
work
affects
on
my
a
motivation.
poster for some Christmas concert. So I definitely do a lot of Christmas stuff because of holidays. But aside from that, I don't. I don't know. I think I definitely, yeah,
I
I
think
kind
we
of did.
talked
I
about
think,
this once.
but I do feel like I design more like dark stuff in the winter.
Well, I mean, it can be depressing, I guess, because that's just something we were talking about. Just the time change and everything. I've just felt like kind of off all day today. Like yesterday was fine, but today has just been kind of weird. Like getting home and like, all right, time to go to the
Dark,
gym, and
yeah,
it's like it's dark. Yeah,
darkness.
like I don't know. And then tomorrow, I'm trying to figure out what I mean. I'm gonna go hang out with my son, but like normally he had soccer practice, but that's done, and it's like, all right, when I get over there, it's gonna be dark. So what am I gonna do? And I'm like, been trying to
Hmm.
figure out something for that. But no, I would say it definitely. I don't know about like look of what I designed, but definitely my motivation to do things
Yeah.
dwindles
So I'm
when it
trying to
when it
get.
gets
I
colder.
always intend to like when the daylight savings time shift happens. To my intention is always to start waking up earlier so that I can get out the house and get things done earlier. And, just shift just like the time shifted. So normally I'd be waking up late. So start waking up earlier. So, try and get out the house by 8 instead of by 9 or whatever. So that way I can catch some daylight in the evening, because like today I got home, it was dark. And I think, so
Yeah,
I know this is podcast is supposed to be about design and stuff like that, but I feel like it affects me because like right now, like so last week, I was getting home in the evening, and then I had enough time to like I had to fix something in my car one time, and then I would go play basketball, and that's good to exercise, stay healthy, and all that crap. But also, it was a time where I'm like we talked about taking a break. I'm away from my computer screen. I don't have my phone because that would be weird to have your phone while you're playing basketball. And then I just go play ball for at least 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes less time, sometimes it takes more time. But doing that was a good break for me because then when I get back, eat dinner or whatever, hang out with the family, and then I'm gonna get back in front of the computer. And I know sometimes when I don't go take that break, doing something outdoors in the fresh air and everything, then I'm more likely to come home and get right on the computer again. And it's like, wow, I've been on the computer basically all day.
yeah, yeah. And it's more likely for that to happen when time changes because you get home and it's dark and like you'd have to force yourself. Well, I mean, I know we're in the habit of like going to the gym and stuff like that, but like on the other days, I was going walking and stuff like that. So um, I don't know. I may need to, I don't know, find some things that I can do, you know, that don't involve sitting in front of a computer again. Some away from screen time, just some to do something, that because I know I used to be like with painting or whatever. I used to be like my excuse in the winter was like, well, it's cold, so I don't want to get up and sit over there. the corner,
What?
the corner where my stuff is set up is cold, so I don't want to get up. But like, I mean, I know it sounds like a bad excuse, but like,
You got to do it for the gram.
it worked. It's a good excuse, but at the time, but so I mean, yeah, I don't know. You just gotta find a way to push through and adjust to it, and then
So I was watching this YouTube video, and this guy was talking about he was procrastinating on something. He was like, "Oh, I'll just leave that for future me to do."
Oh
He was
yeah,
like, "I feel like I hate that guy because I keep giving him stuff to do."
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's that. Yeah. Speaking of the future, me will respond to that email. I said, what had happened was.
Yeah, that's. But yeah, so yeah, the time changed. I feel like I don't know. Time's moving quickly. So
Mm,
Thanksgiving will be here soon, and then Christmas, and then it'll be the end of the year, and then it'll be springtime again in no time. Um, I can't remember what we said our goals were for the year, but this is like that time of year when I start to think back about. Well, probably should start thinking about what I said I was going to get done this year, or whatever my goals were.
yeah.
I'm sure we said that we were going to do better with social media. Um, Sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah.
I think we've done somewhat better. Like, so I started using this tool called Headliner to create like the snippets where you can listen to a snippet of the podcast through on our Instagram. I think you can listen to it on our Twitter. I have to share it on Twitter, but I don't. So I feel like that's better. I just need to do it more often.
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like I have made we've made some steps in the right direction in terms of improving our social media and all that type of stuff, and improving our podcast too. But
Yeah.
this time of year, I try to think back about at least like try and come up with at least one of those things that I said I was going to do, and try and get it done before the end of the year.
I don't remember what exactly. I mean, there were things I definitely wanted to do. It's like, okay, well, I need to work on my painting more, my art more, and stuff like that, which I have somewhat, but not to the level where I used to. That's for sure. It's not that intensity yet, so I mean, that's something I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
continue to work on. Um, because I was like, man, I just need to, make a, say, put out another like show on the internet, like, I'll do all this, I'll put it out on my birthday like I did one year, but it's like the reality is like I have not been painting with that intensity to be able to meet that kind of goal.
Hmm.
So, like, I mean, it'd be nice to say and push myself, but I don't trust that my stuff would be good enough in that period of time. Like, I gotta, I mean, realistically, I need to figure out a way to use my time wisely for that kind of thing, but like, I need to rebuild that intensity so I can make sure I progress. Because I mean, that's one thing I would say. I don't feel like I've progressed a whole lot in that area this year, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember talking about like trying to progress with my skill set and get better at some other things, like video editing stuff like that. But
I did get better at that this year. I did learn that some of that stuff.
yeah, I need to do more of that. Oh, and so this weekend I met this. Well, I guess I already kind of knew him, but hung around with this guy who had a drone, and I've kind of wanted a drone for a long time. My kids have a drone, but it's a cheap joint. But apparently, drone prices are a whole lot less than I thought. Um, like, and so I'm thinking about possibly getting a drone and doing some shooting videos with that and doing more with that. Um, I have no idea what like I don't need it for a project or anything like that, but it would just be like one of those creative things that I want to try this.
Yeah. I mean, I flew this little.
But it's one of those things I want to stick with.
Yeah.
If I do it, I want to stick with it because there's a lot of things I've started or I've purchased things to work on,
Yeah.
and then I didn't stick with them enough to make it worth it. And so that's one of those things where I haven't done any purchases yet, but I did some research, and I'm thinking I might do it. But it's one of those things where okay, if I do this, I need to get it, and then I need to make sure I'm using it for something
Figure out how to make money with it. Yeah.
make myself money or help my wife with something or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. For me, it's been like, all right, well, you pay for this stuff, so learn how to use all the Adobe tools. So
Hmm.
the video thing, yeah, I've actually made some progress on that, and then my son, he wants to learn. he's learning how to do his little videos he does for games and stuff. So I've been having to learn things so that I can show him.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things my daughter got on me about that the other day. So I have to talk to my kids about that because they record like Minecraft videos and other videos,
Yeah.
but they need help editing, or I have to edit them and post them, and so I need to help them with that so they can get them up there. Because if they can become YouTube stars, then we'll be rich.
Yeah.
Or maybe not rich. I don't know how much YouTube people make.
Yeah.
But some of them seem to make okay money.
Because that's the thing, honestly. I pushed him to be consistent. He's more consistent than I am with that kind of stuff. At this point, like, he's getting his follower count up, and I'm like, slacking. But,
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's the good thing about having other, well, not just creatives, but other people around you that can kind of hold you accountable. Not that your son should be like, Dad, where are you being a punk? But your son should be, your son, like, he's holding you accountable. Just like my kids hold me accountable. Like, Dad, you said you would teach me how to edit videos, and you didn't. I hate you.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yeah, well,
she didn't say all that, though.
But her
Screw
art,
you, Mom.
her art said that. It's supposed to be. No, I mean, kids can force you to be better or worse, but they can force you to be better because, all right, well, fine. Like the stuff he's asking me, like, how do I do this explosion effect? All right, fine, let me figure it out. So now I know how to make an explosion in a video.
Oh, you using After Effects?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can do it in, no, I had to learn.
Just in Premiere?
Yeah.
Huh?
Basically, you find a green screen thing and then, I know how to do it. And I never would have learned that if I didn't,
All right.
he wasn't bugging me about it. But yeah, I know how to do it now. So.
Well, I think that's the cool thing about, like, on one hand, I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. I want to work on these Minecraft videos or whatever. But on the other hand, it's a good way to, of course, spend time with your kids and not be a deadbeat or whatever. But it's also a good way to learn new skills that you could actually get paid off of.
Yeah, because I mean, he's doing that, and he takes acting classes. He's been taking improv for years, but now he's in the acting class, and he does other stuff, and he really, likes music, and so it's like he could have his own production company. Like,
well, I'm saying, like, okay, in addition to him getting new skills, you're getting new skills that you could actually use as well.
Oh yeah, that too.
Because I've done stuff for, like, my wife, and I've done stuff for my kids, just trying to figure stuff out, and then a few months later, I'm using it for something that I'm getting paid for, and I'm like, okay, this worked out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not wasted when you do stuff for other people, I guess. So that may be the thing that'll actually push you to be productive, is doing it for other people. So.
Well, yeah, I think it's one of those things like we've talked about before, is like trying to balance doing stuff that you're getting paid for versus doing stuff just like, not necessarily for the love, because like for my kids, it's not like because I love to do this, but it's because
or
they
like love
it.
them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like sometimes you have to set aside time and say, look, we're gonna work on this, and I've learned a little After Effects. I've definitely learned a lot of Premiere, because both of those I never learned Premiere in college. I learned the other one. I forgot the name of it. But whatever, I learned some other thing in college for video editing. But Premiere I picked up pretty easy because it's not that hard. And then After Effects, it'd been years since I used that because I always had crappy computers that couldn't really run it. But it wasn't that hard to pick up again. And then for a lot of stuff I was doing, it was really simple. But then once I start seeing some of the things that are possible, then it's like, all right, I really need to learn this and get better at it so I can do better things and be all fancy and stuff.
Yeah. Something to add to the resume.
Yep. Well, it's all started from like watching some YouTube videos, and then
yeah. Well, speaking of well, I guess we weren't talking about it, but I'm getting tired, so
yeah, it's a daylight savings time.
Yeah. But no, yeah, maybe I'll actually do something productive tonight. But yeah, I guess the moral of today's episode is Um, what did we talk about?
Social media. Get your
Yeah, so I can
follow
write a title.
Anthony on Instagram.
Ant
His
does
art
art.
page. Ant does art.
Yeah,
Uh, comment on one of his pictures and say, "Why don't you post no more?"
yeah.
You can also follow us on at Alienmuffin on Instagram. Uh, I will actually post something tonight while we were recording. So if you hear this, comment on that picture. It'll be a picture of a poster that I'm designing, or part of a poster. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. Got to pay for that.
Snake
Uh,
teaser.
yeah, but yeah, check us out on Instagram as well. Yeah, I think that was yeah. Oh, as always, check out our Threadless shop. We got all kinds of sweaters and hoodies and all that type of stuff on there. Reminds me of one of the things I said I wanted to do this year was to actually purchase some of the stuff I'm selling.
Oh,
um,
yeah.
and so I'm going to do that before the end of the year
No, I've
if I
bought
have
some of
enough
it.
money in my PayPal account.
I own a couple of it, couple of things.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, we need to talk about that after the podcast. So anyway, check those things out. Thanks for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell somebody who might be interested in this content, and we'll be back.
Yep.